Um, Stop blaming luck. Stop blaming other people. Stop pointing to outside influences and circumstances. Where do you think, when people point to outside influences, where do you think this is rooted from?
It's rooted from two places. One is self-aware, not having enough self-awareness in your of yourself, and then two, the insecurities of yourself. Now, what happens is two people are going on their own journey. The one person, highly successful, good paying job, beautiful family, minding its own business and just focus literally on their own journey. Now you have the second person who may not be at that level. However, that second person is looking at XYZ's journey and looking at their social media and looking at their way of living and their way of life, and they compare the two. So when you compare the two, of course you're gonna get, I guess, misguided, or you're gonna get to a point where you get jealous and you don't know how to take in all of that in as how can I get inspired from that person who's at that certain point in life. And what I see in a lot of people is when you compare your journey to someone else's, you end up getting lapped and you end up getting left behind. And that's because you don't have the balls or the self-awareness to look yourself in the mirror and go, why the hell am I comparing myself to a person that has lived the point where I'm at, and I know I'm not at that point, so what can I do about it to create that same type of success or lifestyle? So you ask me, where does that root from? That roots from someone being jealous and envious of somebody who's worked hard and put in their 10,000 hours towards their success, and they haven't owned up to their shit to get to that level. So I would say how you can get out of that is owning up to your shit, knowing that you do lazy habits, knowing that you don't have certain tactics in place every single day to get you to that level of success. When you do that, then you can compare yourself to the others. And it doesn't have to be a comparison. It's just friendly competition. And when you get into that mindset of, I'm not comparing my growth to someone else's. However, I am a highly competitive person and I can still compete with other people in my industry, but still have fun with it and grow in my journey. That's when you become free in your head of not comparing yourself to others, but free and going, I'm trying to better myself every day versus comparing it to somebody else. So of course, I mean, you have to be a student of the game. You will have self-doubt. You will have self-esteem thoughts to where you don't know if you're doing the right thing. It's completely normal. But where the thin line between those two, on those two sides of the fence is, you may not know you may not be as knowledgeable in a certain thing that you're doing. However, it's not an excuse for you to never start your process. Just how you were saying that you looked up to celebrities or people that's put in 10,000 hours. They are masters in their industries or they're masters at whatever they do. You can't keep waiting on that. You got to eventually just go. So they started in the same place that you started. How did they get there? That's the point of actually doing it, instead of just thinking about it and being stagnated in the minuscule mindset. So when you get to that point of going, okay, I know they're at that point. It's funny you said that. It's a quote that Gary Vaynerchuk always says is reverse engineer. And when you reverse engineer your life that you actually want, you start from that celebrity that you're looking up to and go, all right, they completed that step, this step, that step, this step, and now I know the blueprint that they set, and I'm gonna study it every single day, along with getting better in my craft and and the things that I'm trying to get or become a master of. Once you do that, the comparison between you and the celebrity, it starts to merge and get closer. So when you start to merge and get closer, you'll get to a point where you see the celebrity doing that, but you're doing the same things now, and now you go, it's not a matter of they're too far from me. This is obtainable. This is not far-fetched. So when you get to that point, the self-esteem is gonna kick up, and you're gonna know this is not just a celebrity. This is just somebody in my industry, and believe it or not, I thought I couldn't compare with them or compete with them, but I actually can, as long as I keep doing it on a consistent basis.